Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special episode for you all today. We have a battle of two pretty notable ryes.
Yes.
Can I get an "Are you ready"?
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, Damone, give me.
I'll give you something. First of all, this is the all-time most famous rye. It's the Booker's rye. It's like $2,000 a bottle. It's infamous everywhere, and we only have a little left. But what came in is the Thomas Handy 2024, and people been screaming about it, saying somebody had it as their bourbon of the year. So I say, all right, if it's your bourbon of the year, let me put it up with the greatest bourbon of all time, the greatest rye of all time, brother. And so that's what we're doing. We're putting the 2024 Thomas Handy versus the greatest rye of all time.
Wow.
Hands down, that's the greatest rye of all time.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the battle of the greatest rye ever. The battle of the greatest rye ever.
I'm concerned before we jump into this that we do have to mention bourbon's down, ladies and gentlemen. Tequila's up.
Tequila's up, bourbon's down?
Bourbon's down. Tequila's
So I
up.
said bourbon. Is rye or bourbon?
Bourbon,
Whiskey.
rye,
Whiskey.
whiskey's down. Tequila's up. What do you think?
I don't believe the and I think that all of these kids out here drinking tequila, thinking it's the party juice. It's like, nah. I mean, I think all in all, tequila just has the larger market. But when we talk about price per bottle, or like even value per bottle, honestly, because most tequila on the markets nowadays is BS additives.
Yes.
Whereas though there is like a government standard on bourbon or in whiskey. So
Exactly.
I don't really care for the party juice. I want to drink a grown man's beverage, and that is whiskey. So ladies and gentlemen, back to it. We have the battle of the greatest rye. We have two blinds here. We have that Booker's rye that no one can find, but everybody talks about. The man, the myth, the legend. How much is this one?
$2 grand a bottle.
$2,000 a bottle. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have Thomas H. Handy, which is said to be one of the best bottles of 2024, ladies and gentlemen. We had to spin the bin. And I also like to say to you all, Happy New Year out there. Happy New Year. It's not too late to say Happy New Year.
Yeah, I think you can say Happy New Year till
as long as-
January 31st.
As long as we're in January,
Yes.
we can still say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope all of your plans and goals are reached this year. Don't give up on them, ladies and gentlemen. But here we go.
Before we go, the new year for me doesn't start till the spring equinox. So this January is
March
a
20th.
time of death. Everything's dying. Spring is when the new year actually really starts.
Yes.
But that's a conversation for another story. We'll get to that some other time.
Hey, listen, catch us
Conversation down the road.
Catch us in the Patreon, ladies and gentlemen, where all this juice we consume turns into conversations about the vast and wild universe.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Left to right it is.
Left to right, on the nose.
On the nose.
I like that.
Great nose. Great nose. Spices.
That's a great nose.
Yes, very heavy on the spice. It's a rye.
Spices.
But at the same time, it's like it's
Thin.
I mean,
very
stir it up.
aromatic.
I'm not getting any ethanol.
very.
There should be
I'm not
some
getting.
ethanol.
I'm not getting anything in this.
There should be some ethanol in this.
Thin.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You got to stir it up. Got to get it going. Let's agitate it a little more.
It's just.
It's thin for me.
It's just.
It
For
is
me.
very thin. It is thin. Beautiful color, though. Beautiful color.
I mean, it is just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. To me, it's like fresh.
I don't know how
It's
this-
like
anybody-
drier sheets.
I don't know how this is anybody's number one. This is clearly the Handy.
I think it is too. It smells like a Buffalo Trace product. This is a Buffalo Trace product. Yeah, Sazerac.
Yeah,
It's
Sazerac.
It's Sazerac. So not maybe
this is
not,
Sazerac,
not
right.
Buffalo Trace specifically, but maybe Sazerac.
Sazerac
Oh,
has
Buffalo,
owned
yeah.
Buffalo Trace for quite a while now.
Yeah, this is definitely Handy. All right, what we gonna do? I'll do
All
it.
right.
On the palate, my
On
friend.
the palate.
Okay, that's definitely Handy though. No question.
Yeah, it tastes like a rye for EH, honestly, and I think EH has a rye.
Yes.
It tastes like EH rye.
I actually think EH Rye is better.
I would agree with you. What's the proof on this though?
They did that.
127. It's higher proof.
They had
There
that
it
better
is.
than-
That's
they
what
had
it
that
is.
better than
This
Rye.
is a higher proof E.H. Taylor, Colonel E.H. Taylor rye. That's
Yes.
all this is.
Yeah.
You know, I did the E.H. Taylor Rye versus this, and this blew the socks off of it.
Yeah, at the higher proof. Because they really watered down E.H. Taylor. They ordered
That's
it.
true.
Okay, is it good though? What do you think?
I think it's good.
It's good.
It's
It's a Buffalo Trace
it's
product.
definitely
It's a
it's.
Sazerac
Hold on, let me
product.
go back.
Super sweet.
Second sip on this is going to be even better.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it's really good actually. Oh man, so much flavor in that proof.
Yeah.
There's so much flavor in that proof.
Flavor's
Like
a really lot of
it's
flavor.
like that burn you're getting is opening up your taste buds to this
This is really good.
to flavors and spice. Yeah, this is good. It's a palate experience.
Yes.
This is good.
Yes. The flavors dance
flavor
all the
is
way
definitely
through.
Yes.
Front, mid,
You
back
got,
end.
you got a number on it?
94.
You got that high?
94.
Great.
It's a great rye. It's a great beverage. It's a great rye, and then not to mention that it's 127 proof. And I love to have a high proofer in my cabinet.
I'm trying to recall what I gave the store pick from S&W's Barstown rye.
I think he gave it like a 90 or 93. 90 to
Yeah,
93.
I got to go a little bit below
I'll
that.
give this
So
an 88.
I'm going to go 91.
88 for me.
91.
I'm going 94 solid.
I don't want to drink this no more. If it's something you want to drink, it's really good.
I need to come back to it.
Now, let's see what the,
So one thing I'll give it is, and it's definitely not as highly rated as that Parker's rye.
the Parker's Rye to me is high.
Parker's rye is better. But I do think that this is a solid product. And to me, it is a solid 94. To me, it's a solid 94. A solid 94. It's a really good product.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a really good
What
product.
did you give the Barstown?
The Barstown rye, the Barstown store pick, I believe me and you tied at 90 to 93, somewhere around
So
there.
you think this is better than the Barstown?
Yes, I think it's better than the Barstown rye. I think it's from start to finish, the overall palate to me is more vibrant.
Yes.
It's more open, it's more flavored,
Yes.
it's smoother, it's a higher proof. And
The
I
only one I disagree on is the smoothness. That's why I even brought it up.
But
But I
it's-
think that Barstown was a little smoother.
I would say yes, it was smoother. But when I say smooth with this, I mean considering the fact that it's 127 proof,
is crazy.
there's flavor throughout that
Yes.
hug.
Yes.
Like it doesn't go flat. It
doesn't die
and I
at
feel
all.
like there are areas where that the Barstown
Yes.
rye it shines, and there are areas where it falls flat.
Yep.
And this and I can't tell you a moment or a situation or a place where this particular drink falls flat. And we're calling it that this is definitely. I mean, you can taste the Buffalo
Yeah,
Trace product.
it's definitely better.
It's not hard. And I love Colonel E.H. Taylor. And to me, this is Colonel E.H. Taylor at a higher
At a
proof.
higher proof.
You
Exactly.
can't lie to me. You can't with rye in it, right? With rye in it,
that's
but,
definitely
or with more rye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but again, as relates to the price point of this particular bottle being $500, you said
450.
450, 500, where
Mm-hmm.
mostly you're gonna get an aftermarket EH for around maybe $100 to $200. Is that price fair? I don't know. Would I pay $400 to $500 for this bottle? No. I would just go get an EH Taylor and
Yes.
have a nice time
Oh,
with
you
my
mean
life.
EH Taylor regular rye? Because they got the barrel proof rye.
Yeah, they got the barrel proof rye,
Yeah,
which is
that's-
like
they only-
133.
Yeah, that's hard to get.
Can't get
Yeah,
that
it's hard to get, but I do think the barrel proof rye is not as good as this one because that the proof on that one is just it's there.
Yeah.
But
And
this,
I know this is not age stated, but you can tell it's been sitting longer.
yeah, for this to be 6 proof lower, I think that it just has more of a better finish. It just has a better overall palate experience than the EH barrel proof rye. So, but yeah, I mean that's me. What about you, Devon?
I mean, it's good, but is it great? I give it an 88. I mean,
Okay.
that's a fair assessment.
Wow.
I would never buy another bottle of it again.
Wow.
That's my first bottle of Handy that I ever bought.
Yeah, that's my first time trying Handy as well, and I am so happy to know that it is. Hate me if you want to, but that's EH Taylor at a higher proof. That's just EH Taylor at a higher proof.
I'm sorry to be the person who's had 3 bottles of the Handies, and I've enjoyed all the Handies. Was very fortunate enough to have the BTAC Handy, and Handy to me, of the BTAC, it is the one. No, Sazerac is the lowest. To me, it would be Sazerac, Handy, George T. Wellers. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but Handy's is still a solid. Anything that's put in the BTAC list, it's still a solid whiskey.
All right, gentlemen. Well, let's move on to what is it? What is
What we
this?
think is
All right,
Yeah,
what we
what is-
think.
Yeah, what is essentially Booker's. All right, gentlemen, on the nose.
On the nose.
Definitely.
That's Booker's.
Yeah, the nose is better.
You just know, and it's crazy, like. And
Little
you know,
ethanol, though.
and
Little
I will
ethanol.
say, like when we talk about these bourbons at higher price points,
Mm-hmm.
it's notable that a part of what makes these bourbons like what they are in terms of value is I know what it is on the nose,
Mm-hmm.
and it's appreciated. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love a Booker's, man. I love a
crazy
Booker's. Also, you know, we know we fetishize Buffalo Trace, so.
Unfortunately, believe me, I think that Jordan and I have been on a mission to unseat Buffalo Trace as important as it is.
I got some contention here.
Nah,
It's more caramel for
Yeah,
here.
this is me,
man.
nose-wise.
you like this handy first? The first
Well,
one?
we don't know it's handy.
We know.
We don't know.
It's pretty sure it's handy.
But I like the first nose better than this nose. There's a little ethanol, a little more ethanol than I would like, and a little more plum than I like. I'm not
Yeah,
a
this-
plum
this-
fan
I just
on
don't-
a rye.
Booker's is muted.
The Booker's is a little more muted. It's a little bit more fresher, in my opinion. But this one is just.
You like
just
the
caramel.
plum or raisin, whatever that is?
I gotta give the nose to the handy. I'm sorry. You know, I will say that another factor to consider here is that this is the 2024 bottle, and this I believe is what 2016,
And we're at the bottom of
and
it.
we're at the bottom of the barrel, so more oxidation
there's a lot of oxidation.
could impact the overall nose. But let's see what we pick up on the palate.
On the palate, my friends.
Damn. Hold on. I think. Listen, I'm gonna wait till y'all go.
This is amazing to me.
That finish just like opens up
This is amazing.
so many things, and I know why it's considered as great as it is.
To me.
I know why it's considered as great as it is. That finish opens up so much. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this flat out. It's a tie for me.
That's no
Do you think it's as good as a Michter's rye?
Yes. This
I
one.
think Michter's rye might be better.
I think both of these ryes are better than the Michter's rye.
The Michter's 10-year rye?
Yes. I think both of these are better than the Michter's.
I got to get 10-year rye then.
Maybe not the. Didn't we have
The
a 20?
Michter's 10-year rye.
That's 10 years upstairs.
What was the one we
10-year
had? Was that the
Michter's
10 or
rye.
the 20?
10 year upstairs. 10 year Michter's rye.
I think the
The one with
10-year
the
Michter's
brown
rye is
label?
better.
It's green, I believe.
Which
It's
one
green.
was the one that we tried the first one, that first time?
That's a bourbon. The silver one.
Okay.
Yeah, the silver one's a bourbon.
This is definitely not worth $2,000 though.
It's not
No.
worth $2,000.
Not worth 2,000.
Honestly, bro, I think I might give the edge to the handy, bro.
I don't know, because the back end opens up so much. It's like a carnival in the back.
And
of
it's
your-
maybe because I'm way too used to a Buffalo Trace product.
Yeah, but it's so. This, I get it why people think so, because this is a playground.
That
It's a
back
playground
end,
on
that
the
back end opens up so
Yeah.
much, bro.
I like
Whereas
Booker.
the
I gotta
handy
go.
is a little muted on the back end.
Give me a number for the handy. What's your grade? I mean the second one, rather. The second one, what's your number?
I gotta go 93. It's a tie for me, bro, because where this one shines, this one doesn't. Where this one shines, this one doesn't. Overall, if I had to pick one to drink for the rest of my life, it would probably be Thomas H. Handy.
Is that right? Or
Yes.
the first one, you mean?
Or okay, yeah,
Whatever the first one is.
the first one.
Josh, what you got? First
I'm doing my second sip right now. I think I'm gonna be ready for you momentarily. I just had the last taste of one. The last taste of one is still very remnant of beautiful, familiar tones. And unfortunately, as humans, we really lean towards what's familiar. Whereas this particular one is just not familiar to me, but the back end is so playful.
It's so great. Cause I know Bookers.
The front end is weird.
And you're getting Bookers on the front end. You're getting Bookers in the mid palate. But that finish is fantastic. That finish is crazy, man. And for that, it's just so hard. It's so hard for me to choose one over the other because it's so hard for me to choose one over the other. But if I had to drink one for the rest of my life, it would definitely be Thomas J's Handy. If I had to say which one, if I had to pick one that is the winner for me right now, it would have to be the Booker's, just because that finish it's an amazing factor to this. But there's a regular factor to this that's it's just good. It's really good. But there's an amazement to the Booker's for me.
I'm gonna go 89
On number 2, bottle 2.
on number 2.
I'm 93 still.
I don't like the front end.
I'm going.
That's Booker's. That's Booker's on the front end. That's
And I think I did the same thing with the Infinity bottle,
You
the
did.
little Booker Infinity.
I'm on 91.
I'm just not a fan of the front
90,
end.
91 on the second and 87 on the first. That's my score.
The back end is amazing. The mid palate.
That's Booker's. It's like this multi.
All right, so the
Yeah.
second one is light blue. What is that?
So light blue was Booker's.
Yes.
Yep. And the purple was Handy.
Handies.
Yeah. There we go.
So I pick Handies. You pick Handies. You
I
pick.
picked Booker's.
I put Booker. I put Booker.
Oh, you pick Booker's.
Yeah, I said if
so
I had
again,
to-
I'm the odd man out as usual, ladies and gentlemen. The proofers, they beat me down every time.
But again, I can't.
What's the proof on this one?
I can't take away from the fact that both of these
120,
are fantastic.
120,
Yeah,
130.
No, 136.
Yeah, there you go.
And then again, when you consider the proof at that same time.
Yeah.
But again, it's for me, it's a solid tie. I understand why this is better, but I also understand why this is a choice as well. So I mean, I'm really torn. Like if you want again, like I said, this has an amazing factor to it. Whereas though this is just really good all the way through.
Yes.
So that's where I'm left with. You guys
Unfortunately, Jim Beam puts out a product that's a little light on the front end, but beautiful all the way through the back end. And Thomas Handy, which is a Sazerac Buffalo Trace product, it puts out a product that is flavorful all the way through, just not as flavorful on the back end.
Yeah.
The connoisseur, where you at again? Any flavor that you're liking in the Handies, or you just totally done with the Handies?
I really love the Booker's. I mean, I would never buy a bottle for it's not worth $2,000.
No.
I think it's really good. It's not the greatest ever. Like I said, I got it at 91. I don't know if I said that or not.
Yeah.
It's around 91 for me. This is around 87. I'm not drinking either one of these again. I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. That's just not my swag.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We are on a search this 2025 to find the best rye. And if you guys know or would like to suggest any rye that we should try, drop it right down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. 90% of you watching these videos are not subscribed. And that simple subscribe could win you a bottle of blends. Be our 500th subscriber, and you could be that winner. We will reach out. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you all for watching another episode of On the Palate. Trust and believe. We'll keep it coming. If you got any suggestions for us on any videos, anything you'd like to see us try, whether it be whiskey, tequila, bourbon, etc., or even some food spots, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. 2025 is going up. Peace.
Good night.